Hello year one, it is Tuesday the 23rd of March today and we are back at home again doing our home learning videos. Okay, so I'm at home and you're at home and together today we are going to complete our comprehension workbook. So if you have the comprehension workbook with the dog on the front and it says year one, you are going to be completing this video with me today and we are going to be working on page number 11. Okay, so we are going to be carrying on where we stopped after the last time we did home learning. Okay, you will need this book and you will also need your lined paper book as well, so please make sure you've got that ready. And before we begin, you can have a go at writing the date on the top line, just like we would do if we were in class together. Okay, and I've written my date on the top line, Tuesday the 23rd of March. So I am ready for my first activity. So make sure that you've got your booklet and you've practiced your date and that you are ready. Now if you need to pause and practice your date again if you've not quite got it right, or you want to have a go at making sure your handwriting is perfect, then you can pause the video now and you can do that until you are completely happy and ready to rock and roll with me. So once you've done that, then you've got your lined book ready, we are going to start with our high frequency word game. So I have got a wheel of words. So I'm going to spin the wheel and then whatever high frequency word it lands on, I'm going to shout it out. So what can you see on the screen? In. Well done. And we're going to practice it in our lined workbook. Okay. So practice the word in, if, in your lined workbook, and you're going to do a whole line of those words. Okay. And you're going to do that for every word our wheel of words lands on. So it's spinning again now. Let's have a look at the second high frequency word. So when you see it, shout it out. Okay. Can you read it by sight? At. Well done. So pause the board if you need to now, so you can write it in your book. Just write it once and then you can copy it out afterwards to practice your handwriting, okay? Spin number 3, what will it be? Shouting out the high frequency word. She. Brilliant. And remember, she is a tricky word as well. Well done. So write that one down just once on your lined paper and then we can practice it after. Brilliant. Spin number 4. Who's at the door? Who is it? It is the word. Shout it out. Is. Well done. It is. Brilliant. Okay, so you should have 4 words written down by now. And then last spin, I've done 5 wheel spins today. Spin number 5, it is the tricky word. Shout it out. You. Well done. Brilliant. So what I would like you to do now we've made sure we've got 5 words, is you're going to practice them all the way along your lined paper. So you're going to have 1 word and all the way along the line, okay? And then you're going to do the same for each of the words that we have just spun in our wheel. Make sure you remember your finger spaces between each one. And this is a real good way to practice your high frequency words and to also practice your handwriting. So it's a 2-in-1 job, this is. So getting our brains working, and it's also making sure that we are practicing our handwriting. So have a really good go at those high frequency words before we move on. And if you need to, don't forget you can always pause the video. So, well done, warming up your brains. Now, we're going to start with a little activity. And you might have noticed, if you've already had a little look in your book, that today's title is called What is the Order? Now, we've done quite a lot of work on ordering, and I know that we know that if we are ordering something, it means we are thinking about what comes first, what comes next, what comes then, and then what comes finally, okay? So there can be lots of different steps in the middle, but when we are ordering something, we're thinking about the sequence. So we're making sure that they go in the right order from the beginning to the end, okay? And I've started our activity today with something quite simple, but we're going to build on that and get a little bit trickier as we go on. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to look at my 3 pictures on the board, and I would like you to discuss with your adult or think alone in your head or with your brothers and sisters, and I would like you to think about and talk about the 3 different pictures that you can see. Okay, so let's look at the first one. So here we have, I'm going to put a little red circle around this first picture so we know where to begin. So what can we see here? What do we think is happening? Now, I can see a girl and she looks like she is enjoying, so she's really happy because she's eating and it looks to me like a sandwich. Now, I can see that there's bread in her hand, so I think it is a sandwich. Now, let's look at the second picture. So I'm going to put this one and I'm going to circle it in blue so we know which one we are looking at. There we are. So this is the second one, and this is a picture. And what can we see in the picture? So we know that there is a plate, and on the plate I can see 2 slices of bread. Now, the bread doesn't have anything on it that I can see. So let's have a look at the third picture, and I'm going to put a green circle around the third picture so we know where we are looking. Brilliant. Okay, so in the third picture, what did you tell your adult? What can you see? Now I can see the 2 pieces of bread, and it looks to me like something is being spread onto the bread. Now I'm looking at the pot at the side of the plate, and I think it is some jam. Jam! Who got that? Who thought they saw jam? Brilliant. Now I would like you to think about the order that these pictures should go in. So what do you need to do first to make the sandwich? What do you need to do next? And then what do you need to do at the end? So have a little think, and I would like you to order them 1, 2, 3. And then on the next slide, we can have a look and see if you were correct. So which one do we need to do first? Which one do we need to do second? And which one do we need to do third? Are we ready? Let's have a reveal. Drum roll. Excellent. So look. Brilliant. Did you get it right? So number 1, we must start with our bread. If we don't start with our bread, we won't have a sandwich to eat at all, will we? Number 2, we're going to put the spread on the sandwich. So we're going to add the jam to the sandwich. And number 3, we're going to eat the sandwich. And that is our order. So we need to make sure that we start with the first thing, because if we don't put that at the beginning, we won't have any of the other steps, will we? So when we're ordering, we need to put the steps in the correct place. Now, lots of you are shouting, Miss James, that was really, really easy. So the next thing that sometimes happens is when we're looking at an order, there might not be any pictures. And sometimes there might be pictures, but there also might be some sentences for us to read. And the sentences will help us to understand the picture and will help us to put them in the correct order. And this is what you have got in your workbooks today. So I thought, now we've had a little look at the pictures and we do know what the pictures say, we can then have a go at reading the captions, and we're going to match them to the right picture. And what I would like you to do is I would like you to write down, once you've read each sentence, which picture matches which. So we're going to read the sentences together, and then you're going to write the sentences on your lined paper in the correct order. So what comes first, what comes second, and what comes third. So let's have a go at reading the sentences. Now we're going to start with the top one. And we're going to start with the tricky word I. Brilliant. Now, let's have a go at chopping and blending this word here. And some of you know that's a phase 4 sound. Spr. Spr. Ad. Spread. 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 Sometimes an e and an a can still make the e sound, and it is very tricky. But because we've looked at the pictures, we know that it isn't going to be spread, it's going to be spread. Spread, because we know the word spread because we've looked at the pictures, we've been detectives. So let's go back and read it so far what we know. I spread, tricky word, the j a I spread the jam. Brilliant. Did you read that along with me? Well done. Now we're going to match it now to the picture. So I'm going to get my red line. It's going to go all the way down to the picture. I spread the jam. Let's do the same for sentence number 2. Okay, are we ready? Reading along with me, nice and loud. I get, get, tricky word, the, br, add. Now again, it's that tricky sound. We know it's not add, bread. I get the bread. And we know that word is bread because we can see it in our picture. So I'm going to match it up to I get the bread. Well done. Last one. Now this is a tricky sound and some of you haven't done it, so I'm going to let you know. It's E. So an A and an A can sometimes make the E sound. I eat. Eat. Tricky word. The and which. And sand which. Which. Sandwich. I eat the sandwich. Which one are we going to match that to? You are correct. Up to the top, because the girl is eating the sandwich and she is enjoying that jam sandwich. So now we know that when we are ordering things, sometimes there will be sentences to help us to order the pictures or to order the event. So sometimes there might not be any pictures at all, which means that we have to do our super reading skills. So before you go on to your workbook today on page number 11, I would like you to write down the 3 sentences on the screen now in the correct order. So what do we need to do to make our sandwich and to enjoy it? We're going to put them 1, 2 and 3, okay, using your lined paper workbook. And then once you've done that, you are ready for your workbook for the day. So your comprehension activity, you will notice that there aren't many pictures on the page, which means that you've got to do some fantastic reading, okay? But to help you, what I have done is I have given you some words and some sounds just to help you read these and order them, okay? So the first thing that you might need to know is this word here, and this word is trolley, okay? And you will see this word in your text today a few times. So have a look now on the screen, because once you get to this text, it will help you, because you will look at that word and go, I know that it's trolley, okay? The second word is dinner time, okay? So again, this is a key piece of text. So keywords in your text today: dinner time, Okay, so I put that up there because that will really help you when you come to read those words. And the last word is table. And again, that's a tricky spelling, so I've put that up there to help you and help to rejig your memory. Now, today you have got 3 different activities to complete. You've got 3 different events to order. I would like you to have a really good go with your reading, and I've put some sound stars up here. So you've got the A sound, an A and a Y makes A, and the O sound, an O and a makes O. Just to recap your memory if you've done those sounds before, and if you haven't, then your adult will be able to help you with those sounds because they are a little bit trickier, and I still want you to be able to complete this work as independently as possible. So, have a really good go. There are lots of words in there that you can read, and there are a few pictures to help you. So you will be able to be a super detective and see if you can work out the words that you don't know or you're a little bit unsure of. And always get your adult to just circle any words that you really struggled with. So when you send your work, we know where we can help you, okay? So have a really good go with that today. And then as always, Miss James has a challenge. So my challenge of the day is, can you draw pictures to order washing a car? So first, I would like you to talk to your adult at home or whoever's looking after you today. Talk to them first, and I want you to think about, what do we need to do to wash a car? What do we need to do first? What are the different steps? What is the order? Now I know that the first thing I must do when I'm washing my car is I need my hose pipe and I need my bucket. Okay, so I might say, I get the bucket, okay? Or I get the hose, or I get the soap. So think about what will come first, then what will come in the middle. So what will happen next? I wash the wheels. I wash the roof. Have a really good go. And then what happens last? I dry the car. Okay, so I would like you to first draw me some pictures of the order, so what happens when we wash the car, and then for a super marvellous me sand and rock, I would like you to have a go at writing me some words or a simple sentence for each step. Okay, so I want to know how you would wash a car today. So enjoy your activities, keep up the really hard work. I know we're back at home and I know it's not great, but we must try and keep a really big smile on our faces, stay positive and have a super duper day of learning. I can't wait to see all of your emails again, and I will see you tomorrow for your next literacy lesson. Bye!